Hey, world, what's up? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of A Minute with Miles, where we focus on positivity, progress, and power. So, today we're going to be talking about money yet again, man. One of y'all favorite topics. I know it's one of mine, man. We talking about cash, Fetty, Scratch, Skrilla, right? So, we're talking about money again today because I often hear people say, money's not everything. You know what I'm saying? It's not the money that makes the man. You know what I mean? It's not the clothes that make the man. It's the man that makes the clothes, not the car that you drive, blah, 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 this and that, right? And I agree with all those things. I believe everything has to start with good character, good morals, and just being a man of principles, right? But having money, right, and not having money and what you do about it in those times says a lot about who you are as a person, right? So for example, if I know I got a partner or a relative or something, right, and they're in a bad space, right, and they're financially in a bad space to where their whole family could lose their, residence. They could lose their car. They could not have food to eat or whatever. And this particular friend is talking about, hey, I'm going to just kick back and, watch the game. I'm going to kick back and, drink this brew. I'm going to kick back. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Right. That would tell me a lot about the type of person this individual is. Right. So the money in and of itself and having it and not having it does not, have anything to do with the person's character, right? It's what do you do in those times when your back is against the wall and you are flat, right? Are you scrambling? You know what I mean? Are you, staying up at night trying to figure it out? Like, man, I got to do something, man, for my family, for my people, for myself. You know what I'm saying? I want to have better things. I want to have a better life, right? Or are you the type of person to just sit around and just take it like, all right, you know what? Hey, I ain't got it right now, blah, 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 whatever the case, right? So I want to tell you why it's so important to always be focused on trying to get a bag, right? Not saying that should be your only focus. Your primary focus should always be your relationship with God. If you believe in God, if you don't, I recommend you trying because Jesus is the way, right? But I always tell people to always be trying to get some money. Yes, you need to create the person that money is attracted to and that money wants to be with, right? And that will make the money. But also, too, in the back of your mind, you need to always be trying to get a few dollars because it says a lot about your character. It doesn't matter. It's not fair. It's not necessarily right. There could be someone that is dressed very modestly, driving something very modest, and, be a person of better moral character than a person hopping out of a Maybach, right? But initially, if that person of good character has something to say and that person hopping out of the Maybach has something to say, the person that had the Maybach would probably have a larger audience. So what I'm saying is it has to be coupled together. Yes, be a good person. Don't snake your partners. Don't be a scandalous motherfucker, right? Don't be just, trampling over people just to get a few dollars. But if you are a good person and you're trying to do good things, you need to have some money just because you have to accept that this is the society that we live in. The society we live in lives off of results. You can't look at a person initially and be like, hey, that's a good person or that's not a good person. That's not something that you can visibly just look at somebody and see, right? But you can look at somebody and say, hey, man, that person is in shape. Hey, man, that person got some nice jewelry on. Hey, man, that person got a nice car. Hey, man, you know what I mean? That person looked like they got their life together. So now when you do want to project your positivity on other people, or you do want to, spread your lessons and spread your wisdom or whatever the case it is, people are more susceptible to want to hear you out just because you look like you are a living example of the thing that you're trying to teach them, right? So yes, there are many multi-millionaires and billionaires that dress very plainly, right? They live in modest homes. They drive modest cars. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But those might not be the type of people that are trying to create an impact on the world. Those are the people that got their money and they got out the way. I'm not trying to ruffle no feathers. I'm not trying to shake nothing up. I got my few dollars. I'm financially set for the rest of my life. My family is set for the rest of their life. And hey, man, I ain't trying to make no noise, man. I'm just trying to do my thing and just whatever. And that's perfectly fine. But if you want to create an impact, if you want to go to places and speak to people and try to influence them to be better or motivate them, if you want to motivate somebody, you are going to have to look the part. It's sad to say, but it's true, right? A lot of times people get that misconstrued and they walk around with an attitude, but they're mad at society. We didn't make these rules. We didn't make these things be, a certain type of way. This is just how they are. For the very same principle, if you look like you're drunk and you're trying to tell somebody why they shouldn't be drinking, yeah, you probably got more information than the person that's not drunk because you are experiencing it in real time. You can tell them, hey, when I drink, I wake up with a headache. When I drink, the alcohol comes out of my pores. When I drink, my face gets chubby and I gain weight, this, then the third. You are probably the best person to speak on this subject. But if you look like a person that's not producing the fruit that you're trying to produce in other people, then you're wasting your time, man. You gotta get you some chicken, man. You gotta get you some chili, right? And the beautiful thing about it is, man, especially in this day and age and this time, man, all these resources, all these things, like, man, look, this thing right here, man, motherfucker can make millions of dollars off of that alone. If you got a phone, man, all you got to do is just have a phone and do something to get you some money. But the main thing is you got to have that desire. You got to have that drive. You got to have that unrelenting will to just, no matter what, no matter how things is going, you got to keep pushing. You got to keep trying to make something shake, bruh. There's absolutely no reason you should not have the things that you want. And this is the misconception a lot of people portray too, right? I don't need that stuff. I'm not materialistic. I don't whatever. But if that same person, if you walked up to him and say, hey, man, I got $100,000 for you just for being you, they're not going to turn that down. So what that's saying is, it's not that they don't want the money or that they're not materialistic. They're not willing to put the work in. It's going to take relentless hard work, even when it don't look like nothing is happening. You have to be pushing it. You have to keep going. You have to, steady, stay at it, bro, because you got to get you some chicken. If you're trying to influence the world and help people to grow and be better and motivate others, you have to look the part, man. Yeah, you could talk a good game and that's cool, man. And that should get you a certain, part or whatever. But you have to understand that human beings in and of itself are visual creatures. We are creatures of the eye. You know what I'm saying? What we see, we believe, man. So I had a cousin. I got a cousin, you know what I'm saying? He's he was a little older than us, fly nigga, you know what I'm saying? Always had shit together, man. Right now, he's battling with some addiction issues, and shout out to cuz. I hope you get that right, man. I'm praying for you, whatever, right? But he told me something, right? And it stuck with me forever. He said, man, there's one or two things, man. When you say something, when you do something, right? A motherfucker either gonna trust you or they gonna believe you. Right? And trusting is seeing without believing. And most people have trust issues. Nobody's going to trust you telling them, hey, this is what you should do to grow your business. Hey, man, this is what you should do to be successful in this field, in this space or whatever. Right? But if you have the accolades, if you have the things that make a person be like, what y'all got going on over there? Right? It'll make a person believe you. And if they believe you, seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. If they believe you, they're more likely to take your advice and actually you be in a position to where you can actually help somebody, aside from just trying to be modest and hoard the game and the knowledge and the wisdom that you got, man. Spread the wealth, man. Each one teach one, steel sharpens steel, man. Look the part, man. Get out there into the world, man, and do something for somebody else because you needed help. There was a time when you needed some assistance. There was a time when you needed some guidance. There was a time when you needed some wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So get yourself together. Live a life to lead by example. Get you some chicken. And if you're not flashy, you don't have to be flashy. You don't have to be flashy, but get yourself some nice shit, man. Get yourself some nice shit, man, because, nigga, I done been flat broke, homeless, hungry, all this type of shit, and I done been, financially well off. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to choose financially well off every single time. Now, I'm not going to do nothing snakish to achieve it, but I'm going to work hard as fuck to make sure that I got it and I can keep something. That's the name of the motherfucking game, man. Get yourself financially comfortable and be in a position to where you can lead other people down the path that you went to and help them avoid the pitfalls that you might have went through or whatever the case, and help somebody grow, help somebody shine, help somebody get better, help somebody that wanted like you wanted it and you needed some motherfucking help. But you gotta have the factor. You got to have the it factor. You got to have the tools to use, man. You got to have the tools to use, man. So look, check this out. If you're frustrated, if you're tired or whatever the case, man, get you some chicken, man. And in the next video, we're going to talk about different side hustles and gigs and different things that you can do to get you some money. If you flat broke at zero and all you got is one of these, you feel me? It's possible, man. It's many people that have turned themselves into millionaires off of them motherfuckers, right? So, hey, man, be sure to look out for the Improvement Institution, man. We are dropping that course really soon. And this is A Minute with Miles. We focus on positivity, progress, and power.